Well then, hold on to your tea cozies, folks, because British politics has just taken a turn so astonishing, you'd swear someone spiked the Earl Grey. In today's episode of You Can't Make This Up, But We Did Anyway, the ever-sincere, occasionally befuddled David Lammy has parachuted into the role of Deputy Prime Minister, replacing Angela Rayner. Yes, you read that right, the same Angela Rayner who, just a fortnight ago, seemed comfortably ensconced in her post. Cue the collective gasp, cue the memes, cue the entire nation blinking twice, or 3 times if you've been up appreciating the British summer. Let's be frank. Lammy stepping into Rayner's shoes carries all the subtlety of a marching band in Westminster Abbey. And if that wasn't enough to make you clutch your Union Jack and say, "Crikey, is this really happening?" you're not alone. What's more, Lammy's charming propensity for turning a soundbite into a spectacle has critics and late-night TV writers positively giddy. It's the kind of political shake-up that makes one want to check the date and think, surely, someone's playing a prank. But no, it's real. David Lammy, widely admired for his passionate oratory, indefatigable media presence, and occasional verbal misfires, is now Britain's new Deputy Prime Minister. Angela Rayner, meanwhile, has been unceremoniously shuffled aside. In what appears to be a cabinet reshuffle of biblical proportions or, at the very least, the kind of shake-up usually reserved for soap operas and soccer clubs. Now, let's not be too harsh on Dear Dave. Or as our headline cheekily puts it, the dumb David Lammy, an affectionate jab, of course, not meant to be taken too literally. Because, let's face it, he's not exactly known for rendering chess grandmasters speechless. Rather, he possesses that rare talent of saying something to remind us that, yes, politics is indeed the sport of the absurd. What better ambassador for such a time than someone who can make the sternest-faced newsreader crack a smile, or roll their eyes so hard, you'd think they'd set a personal best. On social media, the reaction has been predictably electric. One user commented, "Great, just what we need, someone who confuses statutory instrument with stationary instrument, heading the country. Brilliant." Another quipped, "At least he'll keep us laughing, even if out of sheer disbelief." The tone is affectionate mockery, as Brits do best, laced with that undeniable national trait, a wry sense of humor in the face of chaos. But hey, not everything about this move is pure sitcom gold. The serious bit, replacing Angela Rayner, who brought her own brand of steely resolve and unapologetic spunk, is no small thing. She had built a coalition of voices that resonated with many grassroots supporters, especially women and working-class voters. Her ousting raises eyebrows, especially when the political winds in the UK are already whipping up storms. Lammy, charming though he is, might have a tough act to fill, and even tougher expectations to meet. So what exactly makes David Lammy, David Lammy? Imagine a politician who, when not giving stirring speeches about social justice, is likely to emerge from a rabbit hole of pop culture references fresh from X, formerly Twitter, or drop a meme so niche that even your hipster pal shrugs. He's earnest, he's energetic, he might confuse budget with budgie in a moment of high adrenaline, but it's all part of the endearing package. He's the kind of chap who'll knock your socks off with passion one minute and accidentally compare Brexit negotiations to Bake Off judging the next. And now he's equipped with a little more power, with the Deputy Prime Minister badge pinned to his chest like a slightly tarnished but proudly worn medal. Will he use it to galvanize fresh ideas? To refocus the government? Or to deliver unforgettable one-liners that'll echo through Westminster forever? Honestly, all of the above seems possible. Meanwhile, back at the cabinet, Angela Rayner reportedly spent yesterday afternoon searching for bookmarks, pens, and any sign of normalcy after the news broke. A spokesperson quipped, again, tongue firmly in cheek, that she's planning a comeback tour, tentatively titled, "Don't Call It a Cabinet Reshuffle. The Rayner Remix." Grab the popcorn, because you just know she's not one to vanish quietly. But let's circle back to that glorious headline. Embarrassed to be British. An exaggeration? Absolutely. An expression of mild mortification that, yes, this could actually be happening on the front pages of supposedly serious newspapers? Also absolutely. We Brits are world-class at self-deprecating humor. From the Windsor Castle fiascos to questionable curry shop signage, to politicians who swear on TV, we raise an eyebrow, break into a grin, and crack a joke before booing, applauding, or simply sighing. Therefore, this moment is not so much embarrassing as it is, well, peak British comedy in government. Because when the stakes are this high and the script reads this absurd, the only thing left to do is laugh. Is the system broken? Maybe. Is it hilarious? Definitely. And if we didn't laugh, we might cry, or alternatively, download a daily briefing just to confirm that all of this is indeed real. As for the next few weeks, they promise to be televised gold. Will Deputy PM Lammy champion environmental reform while accidentally comparing wind turbines to the twirly-whirly sweets of yesteryear? Will he trigger spontaneous tea-making in every Downing Street corridor? One might hope so. Will Angela Rayner orchestrate a dramatic political encore that makes Beyoncé's Lemonade era look like pre-show warm-ups? Highly likely. But whatever unfolds, at least this latest twist gives us something to bond over. The nation will talk, the satirists will write, the queuing pubs will buzz. Because, after all, politics in 2025 Britain is less Westminster drama and more wacky roadside variety show, and, honestly, it's rather entertaining. So, here's to David Lammy, cheeky, slightly scatter-brained, but full of gusto, now armed with deputy prime ministerial authority. Here's to Angela Rayner, plotting her perhaps equally flamboyant return. And most importantly, here's to us, the British public, still clutching our mugs, still cracking jokes, and still showing the world how to do political upheaval with a stiff upper lip and a comedic twinkle in the eye. Embarrassed? Maybe a tad. Amused? Absolutely. Full on gobsmacked? Oh, you bet. And we wouldn't have it any other way.